2NURFM.com, a broadcast service of the University of Newcastle.
Great to have this gentleman in the studio. It's something I've wondered for a long, long time because with the advent of cooking programs, and he may agree or he may disagree with me, but chefs have become the rock stars of the 90s, 2000s and beyond. Local chef Gavin Foreman. Good morning, Gavin.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Good. Would you agree with me that chefs...
Rock stars? No.
You
Not yet.
Oh, the personality is all there. It's are you a fan of the TV cooking programs?
Some of them, yes. Some of them, no. There was the one line on MasterChef this week that I couldn't stand, where he's gone, "This apron will change your life," and I thought I can go down to the supermarket and buy that one. So yeah, the one apron will change your life. I don't think so.
It's all very dramatic, isn't it?
Oh, very much so.
One of the big things that pops into people's minds, there are so many gadgets today. You know, I was having a look through a catalogue, and this is technically not a cooking device, but it's an appliance. There's a coffee machine on the market now that's got a mobile phone app so that you can sit in the lounge room
and text your order next door
to the kitchen. It's absolutely crazy. But one of the most simple things that I would imagine through hundreds of years hasn't changed a lot, and it's one of those utensils that people just don't know about, and it's called the humble kitchen knife.
Well, there's a history to the knives. I've got a few here today, and if you buy a really good one, that chef knife, you can see beautifully on the radio,
fantastic.
Is 30 years old. If you put the money down for a really good knife, it'll last you a really long time.
Okay, so when you walked in, I thought it was like an episode of Jack the Ripper. What is happening here?
I've got the scalpel too. We can work on that later.
Yeah, fantastic. Maybe not. It's if you could see this wonderful envelope, we might even take a picture of it and put it up on our Facebook page. But so many people are embracing cooking now, Gavin. It's a point where people go, it's now no longer just a case of knocking up a meal for the family. People are enjoying it. They're liking to experiment, and they're starting to think about the things that they need in the kitchen. Realistically, for the average everyday cook, how many knives do you need?
Three to four. You need a good chef knife, you need a good paring knife, and either a filleting knife or a bread knife. That's pretty much it. If you buy the good quality on those three, you should be fine.
Is it a case of you get what you pay for in knives?
Absolutely. If you buy one that's $50, next year, 6 months down the track, you're buying it again. If you buy one that's $200, you should be sweet for a couple of years.
But that's a lot of money. I'd imagine there'd be plenty of people going, $200, I'd want to be sweet for more than a couple of years.
Well, as I said, that one, you can't see it, it's an F-Dick brand, is a German heavy steel. It's 30 years old, and I bought that for about $200. I would have been at $200 then.
Okay, so it's a fairly large knife. We're talking about probably 30 centimetres from the handle to the blade, so it's a fairly chunky knife. What would that be worth now?
Oh, well, you see, this is the modern version of it, which is a Sean, which is much lighter, much shorter. And I think you can buy the set of three for about $200, $300.
Okay.
So the good knives are easy to come by. You just got to go to the right places.
So 4 knives, really. Obviously, if you have some more, then that's a bit of a benefit. But if you're saying, look, these are the bare minimum I need. What about getting onto sharpening? We had a chat on the phone.
Yeah.
And I love seeing the chefs, to give us a bit of sound effects there. Try not to hit the microphone. But this is a sound of Gavin sharpening a knife for radio. And this is what... Yeah, that's the sound. Yeah, very nice, very nice. And not a drop of blood has been spilt. And I said, a sharpening steel. And you said, no, Todd, the steel is not there to sharpen it. It's just there to put an edge on it. You need a sharpening stone.
Yeah, you need a stone. And your local butcher should do it. So I'm sure a few politicians know how to sharpen a few knives. So yeah, just go and ask one of them. They're all around at the moment.
What's the secret to it if you're doing that? Is it when it comes to sharpening?
The thumb guard, there's a thumb guard on the bottom of a steel.
Yep.
And it stops you getting hit.
Yes.
I was demonstrating this to a apprentice one day, and I said, if you do it this way, and I went straight through the top of my own thumb.
Yeah. How many cuts and...
Oh, there's scars and bruises and bits missing and blood and bits of thumb gone, and it's fun.
What about the Stay Sharp type knives that go into their own scabbard? Now, I'd imagine as a professional chef, you've got a very impressive, group of knives here for every purpose. What are your thoughts on the ones that you slide back into the scabbard?
I'm not a fan at all. If it works for you, it works for you. Yeah, every knife's individual for every person. It's a different weight, there's a different size. I don't like the in and out.
Yeah,
I just don't like it. I mean, you're not allowed to have the blocks in the kitchen, in a professional kitchen anyway, because it's wood and it's porous and creates bacteria.
Okay, so that's another thing. When you go into a supermarket or when you go to a kitchen store, you see those blocks.
Yeah.
Always better to have either in the drawer or on one of the magnetic
magnetic.
Yep.
The magnetic things on the wall, you can take them down, you can clean them, you can sanitize them, you can put them back, and they keep them sharp.
Fantastic. So there you go. If you've been wondering what knives you need in the house, Gavin, thank you very much for that.
Not a problem.
Not one drop of blood has been spilled. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a photo of the knives that the Gavin reckons you need. We'll have them up on the 2NURFM webpage, and you will be able to have a look. And we're going to have Gavin back in the next few weeks or so. There's a big dilemma around at the moment, and it's hamburgers. Why they should be well done when you order them. We'll get to the bottom of that in the next few weeks.